No jail time for Wally Meng. You know, this is an absolute joke. I was there that night. You can look at the CTV News article there. You know, I get suffered with PTSD from the situation just because the ongoing effects of what happened. It was like a 40 to 45 minute ordeal. Even to this day, I can't deal with certain negative people and certain just like messed up people. I get really, and I get really like I can't deal with it because and I was diagnosed from a psychiatrist from it. Like I've dealt with I've had like fisticuffs in my life or whatever, and that was fine. But somebody using a weapon and stabbing people like that, it's almost like a little mini terrorist attack. But 3 years probation, really, for stabbing people. These five Chinese workers. I know four of them, or three of them, were foreign workers, temporary foreign workers. Hong, he's an old guy. He suffered a stroke after what happened, and I think it was due to the stress of the situation because he saw everything as well. I had to do first aid on all of these guys. Like a week before the Red Lion, like before Wally did the stabbings. Uh, the drainage backed up in the kitchen and into the Fox and whatnot. He was really pissed off at the Chinese guys because he was like blaming them for making it all backed up, and he ended up paying like a really big bill, like 15 grand or something. So he was pissed off. So he did have such a motive. And I didn't say this in the broadcast because I was being very nice. I'm not being nice now about it because, I had two DJs, the one guy upstairs in the V Lounge come after me and talk a lot of bullshit. I had the other DJ in the Fox talk some bullshit to me. And then most of them thought it was a big joke that he stabbed five people. I didn't think it was a big joke, and I ended up losing my job, and Mr. Owen there was totally rude to me and chastised me, and they all got mad because I made that video, about what happened because they wanted to cover it all up. And they wanted to. That's what they did. They didn't want anybody to say nothing. And then Owen, I told him to shove his job up his ass and everything. Like I saw Wally in over at Mayfair Mall, and they giving me this dirty look and everything. Totally rude to me. Like I called 911 and I did first aid on those guys. The whole situation could have been a lot worse if I didn't call 911 or put pressure on the guy's stomach wound, on Jerome's stomach wound. Which is a lot of shit. The whole thing is, I got no respect for them. They got no respect for me. You know what? Screw you all. Now I have to sit there and deal. It's all this poor Wally trip. What about the victims and the people you affected there, Mr. Mang? I got nothing out of this. I got nothing at all. And now I have to sit there and try to handle myself and, deal with certain things that I can't deal with now because of the PTSD. I don't know. Some people sit there call me a whiner or whatever they want to do, but you guys weren't there. You guys like to talk a lot of shit. Like the one guy upstairs, you talk a lot of shit to me, and then I got in your face, and then you ran off saying you're gonna call the cops. Well, don't talk shit to me then. Don't talk shit to me. Alright? You all just want to keep talking shit all the fucking time about it. You weren't there. Go fuck yourself. And, and this is crap. 3 years, probation for stabbing five people. Yeah, it's funny how they didn't want me there to testify. Oh, what? Because I didn't get stabbed? You being an onlooker and, being a witness, just like with the Vince Lyons thing, those people on the bus, they're still affected mentally because he chopped the fucking head off and threatened everybody. witnessing and being part of the situation, you're still a victim. You don't even have to be stabbed. Seeing something with all that blood and gruesome, you should have seen the one guy saying, his skin was flapping off. He got 17 stitches in his arm. Give me a break. It's always, oh, he was an okay guy until he snapped. Give me a fucking break. I could get into more detail. Nobody ever wants to pay attention to the victims of such things, and people don't give a shit until it happens to them. Period.